Welcome to the Brand Clarity Podcast, hosted by Visions to Images and Susie Liberator. The Brand Clarity Podcast highlights several different topics, including entrepreneurship, franchises, and digital marketing trends. Visions to Images helps corporations and franchises with their branding, website, paid advertising, and digital marketing. Hello, everybody. Today I have on the podcast Bary El-Yacoubi with Send Me a Pro. I'm super excited. He's got a franchise that is so unique, and I'm really excited to chat and dive in with it. So welcome, Bary.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So tell me how you got started with this Send Me a Pro first, and then we'll get into a little bit about the franchising.
Yeah, so Send Me a Pro started off as Send Me a Trainer, which was like a concierge service for a personal trainer. We ran the original business since 2007. We were matching clients with local trainers and fitness professionals. And then after a decade, we decided to build our own technology, which is like the Uber for personal trainers, but also realizing based off all of our insights, we realize once you get the client to like and trust you for one service, then they typically will use you for all the other services that you also may offer. So when we built our technology, we really built it around connectivity, connecting our clients with local pros. We just started off with fitness, but now it's evolved into more of a concierge service for all your needs for the home, from lawn care to tutoring to house cleaners to handymen, access to local pros. And what clients really like about what we do, which is a lot different than versus what's out there, is no more wasting time haggling and price shopping and getting quotes and going through that entire journey. So it's really more like a concierge service, simple, easy booking process with access to top local providers.
So when you say that they don't have to price shop and stuff, so they just come right to the portal and they can just get it right away, like get pricing right away. How does that work?
Yeah, so we have instant transparent pricing. So for like most services, you can see the pricing very straightforward. You might like if it's a home, how many bedrooms, how many square feet you have, how often you like to clean, and you get an instant price.
Okay.
And then you could book and purchase right there, and then someone can come out and clean it. So we're really trying to our mission is to reduce the amount of steps that it typically takes a consumer to go from one point to getting the service done. All those steps, we want to accelerate it and reduce them as much as possible is our mission.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that it's really important these days because everybody gets so overwhelmed when they have to go through a bunch of price quotes, a bunch of people, a bunch of different things, and then they're just left frustrated. And I mean, you know, this as well as I do is people want, and they want it fast and quick and easy. But at the same time, they want quality. So if you can provide both, then it's a perfect fit.
Exactly right. And that's where there's that concierge touch to it, where even if you don't want to go to the website or down the app, you could just call us. Maybe you're a senior or maybe you want something for your parents, right? You could just call us and say, hey, I need to get this done. And we'll quickly schedule it and book it. So it's really all about convenience and simplicity of getting the service done.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, how long have you been franchising, and then what made you franchise?
So we've been franchising since 2020, and what made us franchise was an accident because we never thought of franchising. We thought of just kind of growing organically, the kind of just more on our own, but we happened to get a lot of PR just around our proprietary technology app that we built.
Right.
So that got a lot of PR, people from all around really the world and the different states and cities. People read the articles, they called us and they said, I just read your article. I love what you guys are up to. And I was wondering if I could franchise you guys where I am. And
Nice.
at that time, we're like, no, we're not a franchise. But after hearing that so often, so many times, then we realized there's a franchise opportunity. But more importantly, what we really liked is that the beauty of franchising as a whole, it gives you boots in the ground from a local ownership.
Yeah.
And that's what we really was suited for as far as owning your territory, owning your market, being involved in the market, being seen and being active, being part of your community, which is a big part of our business model. That's a big component that some people do, or you can hire out someone to do that if you're just an investor. But That
Right.
localization does go a long way in our business model.
Yeah. And so I know you have 150 or 30, I believe, like locations, territories, owners. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, so we're about 120 plus, and we're growing very quickly. We got ranked by Entrepreneur Magazine as one of the fastest growing brands for
Congratulations.
2023 and 2024. So we're excited about that. So, and the main thing that we're doing is that we're disrupting franchising. And the reason we're disrupting franchising because typically all of these services like house cleaning, lawn care, tutoring, music, whatever it may be, right? All these services normally are individual
Yeah,
franchise business models.
I
And all
see.
we're doing is giving investors an opportunity to aggregate successful franchise concepts that already exist,
Yes.
aggregate them under one umbrella. So
Yes.
that way you can scale and not limit yourself just to one service, but you have a portfolio of services you can offer to your homeowner and really capitalize and grow vertically and squeeze more juice out of your territory. That's what's really a lot of our investors are really attracted to.
Yeah, that's interesting that you state that because I think that's really spot on and different for sure because like you said they have to go somewhere for each different thing, right? And
Yeah.
each franchise is specialized in like one area whereas you can have all of the home care product like services there. So
Yeah.
it's very very beneficial for many. How did you grow to 120 locations?
Well, a lot of it is we got a lot of PR.
Yeah.
We got a lot of marketing, just because of how we were truly disrupting franchising.
Okay.
So a lot of people just the fact that we're the first to really offer this concierge technology, Uber-like home
Yeah.
service all in one, that is a new category that we are now disrupting, have created versus buying one franchise, you're buying a
Right.
portfolio of franchises. The people that are buying this franchise are already convinced in home services. Like we had some people that are this close to buy a house cleaning franchise. And then they heard about us on the last hour. And then they said, hey, you're telling me I could still run home cleaning on your
Mhm.
platform and I could still do house cleaning and tutors and music and pressure washing and pool services, lawn care. I could still do all that here. It's a no-brainer for them.
Right.
A lot of the growth is just because we're really disrupting. We've also worked a lot with different types of consultants, and consultants are done a really good job because they are really excited about what we're doing. Because how often do you see something dramatically innovative in franchising? You see it here every
Right.
5, 10 years. You see something that's really disrupting and getting a lot of attention. So, just amongst the consultants, they've really liked of what we're doing a lot, just because it's very unique and a unique product for them to get people excited about.
Hey there, I want to interrupt this episode with a quick message. If you're listening to this podcast episode and want to learn about branding your franchise or small business, then go to brandingbridge.com. That's branding-bridge.com. What would you say is one of your best marketing tips and techniques that you would recommend to somebody based on what you've kind of done?
So one of the best marketing techniques is number one is if you have a good product
Yeah.
and you have a good service, right? That's always going to now hold its own weight as well. Now,
Yeah.
in addition to that, you still have to still kind of do your checks and balances and just make sure you still have a good marketing plan and
Right.
strategy
Absolutely.
and doing all that. So we do a lot of Facebook, Google, online marketing, portals, and then also working with a lot of our consultants as well, our franchise consultants. So that's a lot of the marketing that we do at corporate. So that's kind of, and just making sure you have good content to give people to
That's
really allow themselves to give them time to spend. People like when people are making a big decision, they like to read a lot about the content and providing them quality content because the quality of the content is really in a strong representation of the brand. So I'm all about creating great quality content for your readers.
I love the content piece and but I also love the other part that you were just kind of talking about. I mean, it seems like first of all, you're doing a couple of different things. You're doing Facebook ads, you're doing Google ads, you're doing all of these different pieces. And that's so important because you're going to reach different people. And so many times people don't want to put the money into all of the marketing, so to speak, right? Oh, let's just try Facebook ads. Let's just try this. Let's just try that. But at the same time, you have to keep pushing it out in order to really get seen and to disturb people, and get that. So I love that you talked about that. And then the second thing about the content is it's really powerful. And I've had some brands come to me in the past who are emerging, very new, very small, like doesn't even have many locations, like maybe 5 max or lower. And they're wanting to grow. And then you look at their website and it's like, okay, there's not enough content, there's not enough education, there's not enough for somebody to just be like, yes, I want to buy in. And making sure that you have those pieces in place is so important. So I love that you touched on the content.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's huge. You got to beef up the content. There's never too much content. A real buyer will read every single word 2, 3 times.
Absolutely.
So,
I mean, even me as like an entrepreneur slash investor slash all these different hats that I wear, I'm always researching and thinking and analyzing before I make decisions. And I've learned in the past, because in the past I've made crappy decisions. We all have, right? But I know now, like, okay, now I need to educate myself. Do I want to do this? Do I have the time? How much money? How much effort? Right? And all of those pieces come to life when somebody is looking at buying a franchise, investing, doing whatever they want to do. And that's important.
absolutely. Well said.
If you could give anybody any advice starting in the franchise field, what would you give them?
I always say keep the end in mind, right? What's your end game? Start with the end in mind. There it is. Start with the end in mind. What is your end game? What are you looking to do? And are you prepared to go after it? Most people don't realize what preparation is. It's, if you want to go win a Super Bowl, you have to be prepared to now have a very intense training program and hyper focused discipline to possibly give you a chance of actually winning that Super Bowl or whatever your big ambitions may be. If you're going after, oh, okay, it's like, hey, I want to lose 500 pounds, but I don't want to put the work in.
Right.
The work that you're doing has to be equal to whatever you're trying to seek out and trying to achieve. So when you say, I want a franchise, right? Okay, that's great. But now you have to be aware of what it takes. And most people aren't aware of what it takes to win.
Right.
Most people they're aware of what it takes to be second place, third place. They're okay with that. So I always look at it, is be aware of what it takes, that what you need to be doing efficiently, surround yourself with right mentors and the
Absolutely.
right people to give you good insights of how the pros do it. If you want to if you want to train and play with the pros, you have to train and play like a pro yourself.
I think, and even like just hearing you, I'm like writing down notes and thinking, what is my end game? I mean, we don't think about it often enough, right? We just know, oh, we want to be a business owner. Oh, we want to invest. Oh, we want to do all these things. But what is the end game? And for the longest time, I also didn't surround myself with those people that you're talking about. Who are my mentors? Who are the people that are doing it? Who are the people that are winning? Right. And that was a huge setback in a way. And I had to like basically cut things out, not to say they're bad people or I didn't hang out with them or talk to them, but it was just like less of them, more of these, right? Like just do what you need to do to be successful, however that looks for you. And I think that's so important as a business owner. And we all need those good people, mentors, friends, coaches, whoever it is in our lives.
Yeah. Because, your greatest asset is yourself.
Absolutely.
And we are a product of everything that we've taken in, everything that we've interpreted, because sometimes we can interpret things differently, right? We are a product of all of our life's interpretations, our ups and downs and everything. You become something out of whatever this journey that we have all going through. Based on the person you are today, is it the same person that's going to go out there and scale your business, right? And most of the time, when we start the journey, you have to become beyond your thinking to now have a breakthrough, because you're only going to produce from what you kind of currently know. And that's where that mentorship and that insight comes from working with professionals, working with other strategic partnerships and different types of businesses, or to really give me that light that I need to give me that breakthrough in
Absolutely.
that of achieving that goal versus I'm going to do it all by myself, right? Think we versus think me. Who
Yeah.
do I need to bring around me to
Right.
build something that's going to be beyond my imagination?
There was actually a quote, I think, from somebody yesterday that I was reading, like, I can't even remember it exactly, but it was talking about the we part, right? Like, nobody achieved anything by doing it themselves. It's a we collaboration. And I just love that, because I can't do it all. Nobody can do it all, right? And so we have
No.
to find those people that can help us and guide us and employ people, all of that. So I love it. It's a huge, huge mindset barrier for so many people, including myself, that I had to overcome.
Yeah, no, likewise.
Perfect. So if anybody wants to learn more about Send Me a Pro, where is the best way to find them?
You could go to sendmeaprofranchise.com. You can also go to our Instagram, Send Me a Pro. LinkedIn, you can follow, you could look me up, Bary El-Yacoubi on LinkedIn. Feel free to connect. But yeah, go to the website, learn more, read more. And if you want to, any way we could be supportive or collaborate, our doors are always open.
Yes, perfect. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for listening in on today's Brand Clarity episode with Susie Liberatore. 2 things. First and foremost, please, if you liked this episode, please subscribe and leave some positive reviews. Also, don't forget to sign up for Stop Sending Your Customers to the Competition and get my insider secrets to compelling branding that converts. You can find that at branding-bridge.com. It's a free workbook for you to check out right now, all of the branding techniques and strategies that I use for my paying clients.